You ever wonder if humanity could actually get on the same page? Create one single massive to-do list to solve our biggest problems? Well, today we're going to dive into exactly that. It's called the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and it just might be the most ambitious global plan ever.
So let's just start with that idea. What if we could get every single country to agree on a shared roadmap, a blueprint for building a better world for literally everyone? It kind of sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But believe it or not, it's very, very real.
And this is it, the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs for short. Now, it's a collection of 17 goals, but here's the part that's just wild. See that phrase, adopted by all United Nations member states? Not some, not most, but all of them. This was a moment of pretty incredible global agreement back in 2015.
17. That's the number to remember. 17 goals that are all connected, designed to tackle, well, pretty much everything, from poverty and hunger to climate change and justice. It is a massive vision for our future.
And here's the deadline, 2030. That gives everyone a clear finish line to aim for. It really puts a fire under this whole roadmap, you know? The clock is absolutely ticking. And when a clock's ticking that loudly, you better have a good plan. That's why it's so perfect to think of the SDGs as that roadmap, a guide to help us navigate some of the most complicated challenges we've ever faced as a planet.
And we're not talking about small bumps in the road here. This roadmap is designed to tackle the huge ones: ending poverty, fighting inequality, taking real action on climate change, protecting our planet, and making sure there's peace and opportunity for everyone. The scale is just enormous. So, how do we get from these big ideas to actual action? Let's take a closer look at these 17 goals. Because talking about challenges is one thing, but having a real concrete plan is something else entirely.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. 17 goals? That sounds like a lot to keep straight in your head. And you're not wrong. It could feel a little overwhelming, but there's actually a really smart way they're all organized.
To make sense of it all, the UN bundled the 17 goals into 5 big themes. They call it the 5 Ps. And honestly, this framework is the key to seeing how it all fits together, like pieces of a giant puzzle.
And here they are: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnerships. You can think of them as the 5 giant pillars that hold up the whole plan. Every single one of the 17 goals fits into one of these categories, which gives the whole thing a really clear structure.
Let's kick it off with the first P, people. This is all about ending poverty and hunger, and making sure every single person can live with dignity and equality. This is really the human foundation for everything else. So under people, you've got these absolute fundamentals for a good life, and you can see how they all link up, right? You can't really have good health without clean water, and quality education, that's one of the best tools we have to fight poverty. It's all connected.
Next up, we've got planet. These goals are all about protecting our natural home, because let's be real, a healthy planet is the non-negotiable foundation for everything we want to achieve, for us and for the people who come after us.
So here we're talking about taking serious climate action, protecting our oceans and our forests, and, this one's huge, changing how we consume and produce things. This isn't just about pretty scenery. This is about our survival.
The third P is prosperity. And this is so important. It's not just about money. It's about building strong, fair, and innovative economies where everyone, not just a few, can have a fulfilling and prosperous life. These goals are like the engines of progress. I mean, think about it. Innovative infrastructure from Goal 9 is what you need to build the sustainable cities in Goal 11. All of it is designed to fuel decent work and reduce the inequalities that hold people back.
And that brings us to our last 2 Ps. And you can think of these as the ones that make everything else possible: peace and partnerships. Because without a peaceful world and a spirit of teamwork, none of the other goals are going anywhere. So Goal 16 is about building peaceful and just societies. And then there's Goal 17, which might just be the most important one of all. It basically says, hey, nobody can do this alone. It calls for a massive global partnership, governments, companies, communities, all working together. It's the glue that holds this whole thing together.
Okay, so that's the big plan. But I get it. It can feel a little high level. So let's bring this right back down to earth. Why does this global to-do list actually matter for you and me in our lives?
This quote just nails it. The whole idea is sustainability. It's about making life better for all of us right now, but, and this is the key, doing it in a way that doesn't mess things up for our kids and grandkids. It's about finding that balance between today and tomorrow.
And making this happen, it isn't just a job for the UN. The success of this whole thing relies on all of us. It's a responsibility that flows all the way down to our countries, our cities, our communities, and yeah, to each and every one of us.
Which leaves us with this final thought. The SDGs give us this amazing global plan, but it's really powered by local actions. So the big question for all of us is, how can the small choices we make every single day, right where we live, add up to create real global change?